Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, Coryn Club.
For all my ancestors and everyone who works really hard to keep the spirit of Carnival alive. For all the Trinidadian and Tobago children who are curious like me and want to learn everything about our amazing culture. For all the children around the world who want to learn about my country. This is a good place to start. Hello friends, my name is Carnival. I am a citizen of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. That's a country in the Caribbean. I love my country. Trinidadians and Tobagonians are among the best people in the world. We're beautiful and warm and super talented too. We cook the yummiest food, create the best music, and we have the best carnival ever. I love carnival. The music, the colorful costumes, the energy and togetherness, there's nothing quite like it. Carnival is a fun festival, but it also tells a lot of stories and teaches us many things about our ancestors and the history of our country. As part of a school project, each of the students in my class had to create one of the traditional carnival characters that are part of the carnival celebrations in my country. It was a lot of work, but I really enjoyed it. In fact, I enjoyed learning about these characters so much that I kept asking my mommy lots and lots of questions because I needed to know more. I was extremely happy when she took me to a carnival exhibit hosted by the National Trust of Trinidad and Tobago. At the exhibit, we met some of the amazing carnival characters I learned about. While there, I danced with a sailor, listened to stories told by the Midnight Rubber and the Pure Grenade, and I even tried walking on stilts. That was one of the most epic adventures I've ever had. I had so much fun, I was inspired to write this book. I think it is really important for other children to know more about the history of Carnival. This book is a great place to start. Chronicles of Coryn, the traditional Carnival characters of Trinidad and Tobago, is an easy-to-read picture book that's meant to teach children about the traditional characters that contribute to Carnival being the awesome celebration that it is. I hope you enjoy learning about them just as much as I did. Happy reading! The baby doll character is a masquerader dressed in a pretty dress that has lots and lots of frills. She also wears gloves and a bonnet. The baby doll character usually has a doll in her hand which represents a baby. She walks around looking for the father of the baby and asks for money to get the things the baby needs. Blue devils are a part of the Jabmalasses. Masqueraders cover their entire bodies in paint. Yes, you guessed it, blue paint. They sometimes wear wings and, like the other Jabmalasses, have ropes tied around their waists, which are used by other blue devil masqueraders to restrain them as they move through the streets. Blue devils sometimes use petroleum pans to make music. Burroquet. Burroquet. Isn't this a fun word to say? The burroquet comes from the Spanish word burroquito, which means little donkey. This costume is actually designed to look like a masquerader riding a donkey. The donkey's head is sometimes made from colorful paper or other materials, and the body is covered in a long satin skirt that's sometimes decorated with flowers. Satin is a shiny fabric, so it looks really pretty. The Borroquita masquerada does do the Borroquit. This dance first started in Venezuela. I haven't learned that dance yet, but I will one day. The Dame Lorraine is a character that mimics the way French astrocats dressed many, many years ago. They used to dress in elegant costumes and parade in each other's homes in groups. These costumes were made by formerly enslaved people using old rags and other scraps of fabric that were really easy to get. The Dame Lorraine costume exaggerates the scale of a woman's breast and butt. That means it's made to look bigger than it is in real life. Some people think the Day in the Rain costume makes fun of women's body, but I don't agree. I think it celebrates women because women are awesome and beautiful. The Day in the Rain usually dances to music played by bandol and quattro bands. Jab Jab is also known as Pretty Devil Mask. The name Jab Jab comes from the French patois, praise Dably Dably. What is French patois, you ask? Well, French patois is a variation of the French language similar to the dialects we speak in different parts of the Caribbean. The language is a huge part of who we are. The Jab Jab costume is a satin shirt with knickers. A very important part of this costume is a thick braided whip that the masquerader swings around and cracks loudly. It looks like fun, but we probably shouldn't try it without supervision. Jab Malassi, not to be confused with Jab Jab. The Jab Malassi is one of several types of devil mask that is usually played in Trinidad and Tobago. Wait, stick a pin. Do you even know what Jab Malassi means? Well, you already know that Daime means devil, right? Malassi is the French patois word for molasse, which means molasses. So, Jab Malassi basically means molasses devil. Jab Malassi smell dark grease, tar, or mud about their bodies and walk around with pitchforks. They dance and move around in a very dramatic way, trying to scare other masqueraders or spectators who are just looking at the carnival festivities. Did you know that some people pay the Jab Malassi masqueraders to move on and leave them alone? Minstrels are a band of people who move around to different areas singing to entertain crowds. These masqueraders usually dress in a coat with trousers, and sometimes they even wear a hat and gloves. Remember I told you that Carnival tells us stories about the history of our country? Well, minstrels reminds us of a time when things were a little bit different. Minstrel shows started back in the United States of America and Europe, with entertainers painting their face black. But in Trinidad and Tobago, minstrel masqueraders paint their faces white. Minstrels move around in groups singing old songs, and sometimes they even have a dance routine. A mocha jambi is possibly the tallest of all the traditional carnival characters. These masqueraders have a special skill that allows them to walk and dance on really tall stilts. It's fun, but I know from experience that it is not as easy as it looks. Did you know that mocha jambis originated in Africa? The word boko means coast, or as we say in Trinidad and Tobago, jambi. On the African continent, mocha jambis are really important, as people believe they are protectors. During Carnival in Sweet TNT, mocha jambis play mass on stilts as much as 12 feet tall. Sailor Mask was inspired by the crew members on Navy ships that came to Trinidad many years ago. There are different types of sailor masks like King Sailor and Fancy Sailor. I think Fancy Sailor is my favorite because I'm a fancy girl who likes fancy things.